3 weeks ago, nobody was scared of the United States. Bookmakers had them at 55-1. Pundits had them penciled in for an early exit. Half the world didn't even know the host nation had a real team. And then something happened that nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming. Because right now, as I'm recording this, there are coaching staffs in France, in Spain, in Brazil, sitting in dark rooms, watching American game film on a loop. And what they're seeing is keeping them up at night. This is the story of how the USA became the one team at this World Cup nobody wants to play. Stick around to the end, because the reason why is not what you think. Here's what you need to understand. The United States is hosting this World Cup. Home soil, home crowds, 11 cities packed with people who, for the first time in a generation, actually believe. And hosts are dangerous. Ask South Korea in 2002. Ask France in 98. When a host nation catches fire, the whole tournament bends around them. But belief alone doesn't win games. So let me show you what's actually happening on the field, because the numbers tell a story the highlight reels don't. 3 things turned the USA from an afterthought into a nightmare. Let's go through them one at a time. Number 3 is the one that should genuinely terrify the favorites. Game 1, Group D opener. Paraguay. On paper, a banana skin. A tough, physical South American side that's wrecked bigger teams before. The kind of opponent that ends host nation dreams in week 1. Final score? 4-1. USA. Not a scrappy win. Not a lucky one. A dismantling. For goals against a team that came to defend. And here's the part that mattered. The odds makers reacted instantly. Before the tournament, the USA sat at 55-1 to win the whole thing. After Paraguay, the money started moving and it didn't stop. But one big result can be a fluke. The favorites knew that. So they waited for Game 2. They waited for the test. And in Game 2, the USA did something even more frightening. They won without their best player. Christian Pulisic, AC Milan, the face of American soccer. The guy this whole team is supposed to be built around. Game 2 against Australia, he didn't play. Hurt calf. Set the whole match. Now think about what that does to most teams. You pull the star, the whole thing wobbles. The system depends on him. Take him out, and you're a different, weaker side. The USA took him out and beat Australia 2-0. Clean sheet. Comfortable. Never in doubt. Let that sink in. The supposed one-man team just won a World Cup knockout clinching match with the one man on the bench. That's not a team that lives and dies on a single player. That's a team with depth. And depth is what wins tournaments, because tournaments are long and stars get tired and stars get hurt. With that result, the USA didn't just advance. They won Group D outright. Top of the group. Undefeated in group play. Best possible path into the knockouts. So the favorites are now staring at a host nation that's deep, that's confident, and that's winning ugly and pretty. But none of it is the real reason they're scared. The real reason is number 3, and it's the one nobody's talking about. Here it is, the thing keeping those coaching staffs awake. When this tournament started, the USA was 55-1. A long shot, a host with hope, and not much else. Today, 33-1, and falling. In the 6 days after the Paraguay and Australia wins, the United States was the most backed team in the entire World Cup by ticket count. Not France, not Brazil, not Spain, the USA. Now, let's be honest, because I'm not going to lie to you. 33-1 still means the USA are not the favorites. France sit around 4-1. Spain and England right behind them. The smart money still says one of the giants lifts the trophy. So why does any of this matter? Why is a 33-1 team a nightmare? Because of what a host nation at full belief actually does to a bracket. A favorite can lose to France in the final and walk away with their head high. But the team that has to play the host in front of 70,000 screaming Americans, in a stadium shaking, with a team that just proved it doesn't need its biggest star to win, that team has everything to lose and nothing to gain. The USA isn't scary because they'll win it all. They're scary because they're the one team capable of ending yours. The giant killer. The banana skin the size of continent. And on July 1st, in Santa Clara, California, someone's going to find out exactly what that feels like. Now let me pump the brakes, because hype videos lie, and I'd rather you trust me. The group stage is the easy part. Paraguay and Australia are good teams, but they're not France. They're not Argentina. The USA has not yet beaten a true heavyweight at this tournament. That test is still coming. Pulisic's calf is a real question mark. Depth got them through one game without him. A deep knockout run without him is a different mountain entirely. And history isn't kind here. The American men have never gone deep at a World Cup. Belief is fragile. One bad 45 minutes and the dream is over. So I'm not telling you the USA is going to win the World Cup. I'm telling you something more interesting. For the first time in history, the rest of the world has a reason to be afraid of them. And that by itself is a seismic shift. So here's where we are. A host nation that scores for fun. That wins without its star. That the betting public is throwing money at faster than any other team on earth. The favorites wanted an easy World Cup on American soil. Instead, they got a nightmare wearing red, white, and blue. The round of 32 starts July 1st in Santa Clara. And I genuinely don't know what's going to happen, but I know I won't be able to look away. So here's my question for you. Do you think the USA actually makes a deep run, or does the dream die the second they meet a real giant? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. If this got you fired up, hit subscribe. I'm covering every USA knockout game live as it happens, and you do not want to miss what comes next. I'll see you in the next one.